happens if a Jew commits a crime where he steals something, can't pay it back. He is made into an Eved Ivri, a Jewish slave or Hebrew slave. And the language is very interesting. First of all, the punishment for theft is that you're not sent to a prison where you'll be among other thieves and basically learn how to be a better thief. You're made into a slave. You're going to be serving somebody, and hopefully you will no longer commit the crime. You will be rehabilitated by being around normal people. But the term Eved is a very interesting term. We translate it as slave. It doesn't mean slave. There's no Hebrew word for slave. Very interesting thing. When you serve if Mashiach was to come and David would be serving in the Beit HaMikdash, we call that his avoda, his service. Eved is a servant. And it's a very important distinction. The Torah was basically opposed to the concept of slavery in the ancient world up until the 19th century. The master did not have total control over his slave. His slave, or what we refer to as slaves, he had the servant had rights, something a slave does not have. A slave does not have any rights whatsoever. But a servant does have rights. And this is something that the Torah is getting across. Yes, this person is in servitude because of something they did. There's going to be a limit to his servitude. But he is not without any options. If if his master abuses him, he can go free. In other words, the master has also obligations. So it's something that very important for us to think about. That the whole concept, the abolitionist movement that was basically in the United States and Great Britain, that's where it all started, uh, was a religious movement because a lot of the abolitionists realized there's no Hebrew word for slave. The Torah is against slavery. And that even a non-Jewish slave had certain rights, Jew who was a servant. So it is something very important for us to think about, that we cannot abuse those who are serving us. Something to think about, Kaddish Rabban.